I didn't have any audio for a second. Hey, hi, good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? You missed everybody yesterday, Patty. What were you doing? Slept in. Had a girl. And we all need that every once in a while, don't we? Hi, I'm Becky from Power Tools with Thread, and you are in our Stitchuation Room. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat. We might sew, we might cut, we might just visit, we might do a little scan and cut. You never know what's going to happen here, just like on a retreat, right? It is so good to see everybody in the chat this morning. Oh my goodness. First off, I need to apologize for yesterday. So, for those who were going to attend the live on, it was at 1 o'clock to put together the March Kimberbell mini quilt. Well, I went to the dentist yesterday and had a little work done. And I got home and my whole mouth, I'm naturally a redhead, so I'm a little anesthesia resistant. And so yes, I am feeling better. Thank you, Red, very much. I am feeling better, you guys. Yeah, thank you, Lynn. So I just told my husband I'm 90% back. Yeah. But I did just take another couple of Dayquil. So anyway, I had a little work done yesterday. And because I'm anesthesia resistant, they put in multiple shots. I mean, after the first one, it's not a big deal because you don't feel it, but it has a tendency to wear off really easy. And so I my mouth, I couldn't even talk until like 4 o'clock. So I felt really bad. And so anyway, I'm going to reschedule that. We're going to do it Wednesday at noon if you guys are amenable to that. So it'll be tomorrow at noon, and we'll put that mini quilt together. Today I have my DAR meeting, and it's Daughters of the American Revolution. I've got ancestors that go way back. So I have a DAR meeting at today. So, and I'm hostess. Of course, it's Valentine's Day, so everything is red and pink, and so it'll be pretty cool. Oh, Cynthia's got cinnamon rolls. Awesome. Okay, I can smell them, Cynthia. Thank you. I'm glad they're ready for our stitching retreat. We have a virtual kitchen on the other side of the room. Y'all can wander over there. Take your time, at your leisure. There's coffee, juice, and goodies over there, just like in any retreat that we go to. So yeah, Marguerite, you're a redhead too. Always have to have extra shots. Yes. Apparently, redheads are missing some gene or something. Redheads have something that they don't have that the rest of the population has that makes us anesthesia resistant. And Fat Tuesday donuts are here. Yay, Shannon. That's awesome. And so I've always required additional anesthesia, and I never got it as a child. You don't know, I didn't know. That was way back. So they've done some research on it, and I didn't know it was a thing until one of the bosses I worked for years ago, and he loved trivia. And so for his going away, I went to Barnes and Noble, and I was going to get him some trivia books, right? And I was just kind of thumbing through some trivia books, and there it was saying that, that redheads are anesthesia resistant. So I was like, oh, that's what the deal is. So now I make my doctors aware, and my dentist. Yeah. Anyway. So again, I apologize for that. We will do it tomorrow at noon. My buddy Katie here, she texted me and she said, "Did I miss it?" I said, "No." I was texting her and I'm like, I can't talk. I couldn't drink. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. So anyway, I love my dentist. I needed to get all my work done. She's going to have a baby in April. So I needed all my work done before her before her maternity leave. So yesterday, I talked to y'all a little bit about importing an image into Embrilliance. And the sweet lady Kay saw the video later in the afternoon, and she emailed me and she said, there's a button you click to turn the picture on. And I was like, of course, there's a button that I didn't know about. Let's see. Oh, your mini quilt is on the way. Oh, Deb has a great question here. Oh, hold on. Here we go. You don't have the clear blue tiles background quilting. What do I suggest? Do I have, yes. Yeah, Deb, we did. Matter of fact, I did a Stitchuation Room, I think, on doing some extra background quilting. And gave you some options to do that. It was a Stitchuation Room and it's in the title. So you can take a look at that. And I happen to know that there's going to be some more background quilting options coming your way sooner rather than later in our industry. And I'm very excited about it. Carol, you're a redhead and you never had issues with anesthesia. Well, good for you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Frankly, Foster. Yeah, you signed up for the fall retreat. Oh, I'm so excited. You're going to be there too. You guys, we have sold out of the fall retreat. So for those of you who signed up, you've got an RV reservation, but you have not yet paid the registration fee for the retreat. I will be sending you an invoice to pay for that way. Okay. But everybody else, y'all, we are full up. We only had room for 36 stitchers in our retreat center in the Driftwood Rally Room. So, we have to take into consideration space for one thing, but also the power. You guys are going to be drawing power on your machines, and we really only want little mini irons, that kind of thing. So yeah, I was very pleased, Julianne. Thank you. I was very pleased. We sold out. Literally, it was in the first week. We sold out for September. So you signed up for the day class, Margie. Very good. Yeah. So we are going to have 8 day stitchers that we can fit in for the day on Saturday for the Snapplique class. So that's a good thing. Hey, I want to let you know too, I was contacted by a guild in Longmont, Colorado to go up and do a lecture up there. And so I'm going to be going to Longmont in July of 2025. So that's getting set up right now. We plan on traveling. The last time we went to Colorado, we kind of went west towards San Angelo and up that way through New Mexico. This time we're going to go up 35 toward, or 281, something like that, toward the Dallas-Fort Worth area and up that way. So if you have a store you would like me to stop at and do a meet and greet, or if you have a guild along the way and you would like me to stop and visit or do a lecture, think about that. Let your guilds know. I'm happy to do that. That would be so much fun. So anyway, it's just going to be it's just a nice way to make our way up is to stop all along the way. And I need to know that enough time in advance so we can make RV reservations to spend the night there, because Keith is he's going to be my bus driver again in 2025. And are you having a delay in the live? My internet's good. Okay. Sorry, Connie. And then also they reached out to me from a guild in Beaumont, Texas. So I do not have the dates for that yet. I just replied to them this morning. So, but again, that's also 2025. You were told that the mini irons have more of a draw on and off. Huh? Really? I wonder. We have looked, I will check on the pull on those irons and check them back. We will have ironing stations on there. So, all right. Oh, good. You got your seam ripper already. There you go. Yeah. He needs to make some more. You're very welcome, Leslie. You are very welcome. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Keith makes those seam rippers out in his shop. So Dave Fritos doesn't get out of bed until 7:30, sweetie. That's when he gets the dogs up. They're on a clock. And the reason is because they pester you for food all the time. So hold on. This is a great question. Rita, you have a question about cordless irons. How long can you use it before you have to put it back in the base? Okay. So I'll tell you, I use my cordless iron when I'm long arming. That is the main reason I use it, because I have a what do you call it? It doesn't have water in it. Gravity fed. Y'all, it's early. My goodness. So I have a gravity fed iron here at my main ironing station, but my cordless iron, you need a coffee update. Okay, we're good. I have the Panasonic cordless. Yes, exactly. Like Jan does. And I use it when I'm long arming. So as I advance the quilt, or before I get to stitching like a pantograph or something on it, I'll take the iron, and it gives me enough steam to go back and forth, like one pass, like forward and backward, one pass, stay nice and warm, and it'll stay nice and warm, and then put it back. So 45 seconds to a minute, maybe something like that. So what do I get from Dime, Betty Boop? My hoops, my magnetic hoops. Yeah, I do. And my bobbins. I get those from Dime as well. So anyway, oh my goodness, you guys are chit-chatting. 533 here already. Hey, while you're sitting there not doing anything, would you give it a thumbs up? I'd appreciate that. That helps the channel a whole lot. Thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, so we can chat. So if Keith and I are ever in Keller, where? Near Fort Worth. Okay. You want to take me to dinner, Lynn? You're on. I love it. So we will be going up that direction, and we will not be driving through Dallas. We will take 35 West through Fort Worth, or come up 281 on the west side anyway. So we'll be doing that. Yeah. So more to come on that. And thank you for the invite. Yeah. So yesterday I had talked to y'all on Embrilliance, embroidery software. For those of you that are jumping on this bandwagon of Snapplique, you'll chat my ear off. That's okay. So March's little mini quilt, is the love one, and there's one with the bird, and then but I was looking at Lucky You, this one right here. See the sheep, and he's got a little clover in his mouth. Okay. So to situate, and for those who are new, what I do is I will scan in the paper pattern. This is from Nancy Halverson's Art to Heart on Wander Lane, and this is the March. So I'll scan in the paper pattern. There's my little sheep, okay, right there, into the Brothers Scanncut, and using that digital file, I'll, number one, cut the applique fabrics using the Scanncut, so I don't have to do that, which I absolutely love. And if you are not to the point of doing the embroidery design part of that yet, then just having a machine cut out your fabrics is fantastic. It's absolutely wonderful. So then what I do is I take that digital file and I import it into embroidery software. And the software, with the click of a couple of buttons, you can turn it into a machine applique embroidery file. So the embroidery machine will then stitch out the placement line on your background fabric that you hoop. And then you can take your pre-cut piece that you just cut on the Scanncut and iron it in, and then it'll stitch it down and you're done. You don't have to go on the domestic and stitch, stopped. Woo! Look at this handsome man. Look at that, heading for rodeo. Come over and say hi. Let me see that nice shirt you bought yesterday. There's my husband, y'all. This is Keith.
Good morning, everybody.
Turn to the side. I want to see that area.
Oh,
That's
good,
nice.
good.
Look at that. There's my big, handsome cowboy.
You show my pedal?
No, I will. I've got it on my phone. I will.
I'm going to rodeo.
Okay. And you're not doing boots. You're doing tennis shoes today, yeah?
Oh, yeah. My feet don't.
Your feet don't like that. Okay. Everybody saying hi, Keith. All tidied up. Love you. Bye. Oh. Well, his daughter and granddaughter are here. Pardon me. My nose itches, y'all. His daughter and granddaughter are here because the granddaughter is showing goats today at the stock show, San Antonio stock show. So we love that. They come every year for that. So it's really nice. They live in North Texas. So it's a nice visit. Hi, Keith. Bye, Keith. Yeah. He cleans up pretty cute, doesn't he? Yeah. So anyway, okay. Let me take a swig of coffee while we have a moment. Okay. So, once you've got that into an embroidery design, you're no longer doing stitch, stitch, stop, turn, stitch, stop, turn, changing thread colors, doing all of that. To me, that is so incredibly tedious. And I love applique quilts. And so I wanted to figure out a way to do this. And did I post any goat pictures? I don't have them yet, Julianne. I will get some for you today. We'll see them tomorrow morning. So he wants me to show his little picture. He made his granddaughter a pillow. Real quick, let me do this so I can get this out of the way because y'all, I'll forget. So he used the Brother print Moda and made his granddaughter a pillow out of, yeah. He printed a picture of her. And so there's the front of the pillow sitting on the back of the truck with her dog. Okay. And there's the other side of the pillow. See that? The pillow is probably about, I don't know, 10 by 12, something like that. So sweet. Y'all, she cried when he gave it to her. She teared up. She's a sweetheart. Sweet girl, sweet girl. So that's what he did with a print Moda. So Jackie wants to know, do I need a Scanncut for these patterns? Yes. Can it be done with a Cricut or a Silhouette? It can, but it's really hard because the software for the Cricut and the Silhouette don't maintain the accurate size of the pieces. There's something that happens in the transfer. So, because with a Cricut and a Silhouette, you have to print out a page, a calibration page from the software, whether it's in the cloud or you might have it local. I don't know. Take a picture of it with your phone to calibrate your phone, and then take a picture of the pattern and then upload it to their cloud and then send it back. And it's hard. It's really hard. I used to have a Silhouette and I sold it because I'm a fabric crafter and this is what I wanted to do. So, Stacy, you got your stylus holder from Jim. Good. So anyway, I much prefer the Scanncut for this. And you guys, it doesn't matter whether you have the SDX 85, the base smallest model, or the top of the line 330D. They all scan and cut the same. So my advice is to buy the most scan and cut that you can afford, because your dots per inch and everything is better. And then once you get to the 225 and up, you can scan and cut on a 24-inch mat, which is very helpful when you're doing very large projects. So yeah, I'm waiting for the Stitch Artist 2 coupon too. I had some interaction with Embrilliance yesterday because I didn't stitch because I set up the sheet. So let me get back to that and show you guys what I was doing. See, this is what I do with my day. Oh, if Keith is gone, how will Harley and Frito get breakfast? They're going to have to wait. He should have let them out and fed them already. They're going to have to wait till 8. It's fine. Sorry, Dave. Yeah. You brought a PNG image. We call them ping images in the industry. You brought a ping image into SA2 and it resized it to the hoop. Let me see what you're saying. So I did it with a JPEG and the size held constant. Aha. Yeah, you know, the size of the image itself that you're going to use as a background to place all your pieces, it's just a template. It just needs to be pretty close. You know, it doesn't have to be exact, but it'll give you an idea of exactly. I know, I'm sorry, Dave. I can't get up and go get them. I'll be off camera for 3 or 4 minutes and I can't have that, right? So, okay, so let me show you guys what I was talking about. They're funny. Let me launch Embrilliance. I changed my screen and I figured it out so I could show you guys. Okay, and I've got the USB in with all my goodies. I'm going to present. Let me share my screen. All right, and window, and here it is. All right. So this is the main design area. I just rolled the wheel back on my mouse and that's why it changed the size of the squares. So this is the main design page and you have the objects panel and then you have a properties box, which gives you the properties of these things that are in the objects panel. So in order to be able to import an image, you have to go into Stitch Artist. And this is that quarter of a sundial right there. It says create. And when I click it, I get a whole new menu down here from what it was. See how it changes? If I click off, it goes back to the original menu where you can turn left, turn right, flip vertical, flip horizontal. There's your center in the hoop, align, easy peasy stuff. So if I go to Stitch Artist, I get a whole new menu and I get image. Now, if you have Stitch Artist 1, you see the image button and you see the True Type tool right here. And that's right below. You don't get the vector button. So you have to have Stitch Artist 2 in order to get the vector button. And if you have Stitch Artist 1, you can buy an upgrade. You don't have to buy the full version of Stitch Artist 2. So I'm going to pull in an image and it's in the USB and I'm going to click open and you can't, there it is now. And what I was missing yesterday was this button right here to show or hide the background image. See, click it and it goes away and click it and it comes back and duh, right? How simple is that? I love you guys. You help me so much. Okay, takes a village, right? Okay, so now I want to bring in the sheep and I'm going to go vector because it's a vector graphic. This, when you scan it into the Scanncut, it creates the vector graphic when you save it to cut data. So to pull in the picture of the sheep as a graph, as a JPEG or a ping or whatever it is, you save to USB. You can't save it to cut data. So let me go to my USB drive and where did it go? Is it in this? It's not in this folder, is it? I thought I saved it. Oh man, I thought I saved it. Well, that's frustrating. Let me hit cancel. Let me do a file and see. Here's the, oh, that's the owls. That's not what I want. Nope. No, I swear I saved it on here on that USB. I looked at it. Boy, that's frustrating, isn't it? Let me click here on this. I need to find it, you guys. I hate piddling around in front of y'all. And maybe I can pull it in. Nope. Sure. Yeah, sheep. Here it is. Embroidery working file. Let me drag that in. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't see it. Okay, so see, now you can see the JPEG behind it, right? Let me come down here. Well, maybe it's up top. Here it is right here. Okay, so what I'm going to, and his little legs are way up here. So what you can do is just kind of make it bigger and then you can move it until you get about where it's the right size. So this will give you the idea. See, just like that. That might be just a little bit big. Okay. So that gives you the idea of exactly where you need to put all of your little pieces. Okay. How handy is that? So I can click off. Let me go back into Stitch Artist and click off the design. And now you can see it. And then once you get this exactly like you like it, you know, okay, so let me highlight all of this, not the image. I should have brought in a new design. But once you get this all where you like it, then you click out of Stitch Artist and pop it to center in the hoop. And then that's it right there. So anyway, that's how you do that. Very simple. Thank you, Kay. You are so nice to help me look good. You just, let's see. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Does anybody, what are you guys talking about? Now you know what to do. Yeah, I know. I like to piddle around with that too, to move those pieces just a little bit at a time. It's all in how our brains work a little bit differently. Now, the fabulous thing about these on wander lane patterns is that when you scan in, let's see, when you scan in these pieces like this, all I do is mirror them because I cut pretty side up, okay? But they're already in the correct orientation. There's no turning. You just kind of copy and paste and move it where it needs to go. Okay. Do I have a link for the stylus holder? Yes, it is under the video, I believe. It's not an affiliate link. That's not an affiliate thing. That's just, I've got where you guys can get it at. So you've got to watch the March mini quilt on the multi-needle again. Oh, so Kimberbell forgot to add the placement line. Yeah, Deb. So in the instructions, they didn't forget. In the instructions now, if you look at those on the PDF, Kimberbell is telling you to cut your fabric to whatever size they tell you to cut it to, fold it in quarters and mark center. And then just lay that in the center of your hoop. That's what that is. I have my own theory as to why that's occurring. It's probably a business decision. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I have the date wrong in the title. Do I? I'll fix it after the video. Thank you. I appreciate that. So anyway, you got it to work on your Floriani software and your old Cameo. There you go. Good. Yeah, Pam, that took some doing. That took you time and determination and an understanding of your software. That, because Floriani's hard to make that work. You can do it. All high-end embroidery software will do what I just showed you, how my Snaplique process, they will all do it. Okay. And when I'm teaching Snaplique, it's not like you have to use this particular software. I just can't help you if you're using a different brand of software. But yeah, it took you some time, Pamela. I'm sure. She says, yes, it did. Yeah. So you've got to have a good understanding of your software. You've got to have a good understanding of exactly what it is that you're wanting to do to pull in a vector graphic and make it work and overlap it and get rid of those stitches underneath and make all that happen. That's hard. It's a hard thing to do. So, so Dee Dee, Embrilliance has Stitch Artist. So it's on sale right now. I'm waiting for a coupon for another 10% off. That's what I'm waiting on to share with you guys. If you can't stand it, just get it, you know. Chris has 3 videos up for the March mini quilt and hers has placement stitches. So if she used the background quilting, there is placement stitches. Yeah. What's a good choice to start with for the scan and cut? Jackie, I'm cutting on the 325. Again, all scan and cuts scan and cut the same. There is a difference in the dots per inch that they can see, okay, that they look at. And then below the 125 and below cannot scan a 24-inch mat. So buy the most scan and cut that you can afford. If there's a D in it, it has Disney designs and it will therefore be more expensive. If Disney is not a thing that you need at this point in your life, then get the 325 like I have. Well, they don't make the SDX 225 anymore, Jan. They're gone. They're not on the market anymore. If you can find one, do it. But yeah, you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. And not only just for cutting, but also when you're doing a whole bunch of cutting at one time, and you can put all different color fabrics all over your mat and just scan it in and put it exactly where you need to. Tomorrow, oh, right. That's true, Margie. That's right. I forgot. Okay. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. What Margie's talking about here is called the Brother My Connection. And My Connection is a feature that is available on the 325 or higher, I think, 325 and 330D. Okay. The Brother My Connection talks to the Luminaire or the Stellaire, the Brother Luminaire or the Brother Stellaire. Okay. That has My Connection on it. And the intention of that is for those two to send designs back and forth to one another. Okay. That said, if you don't have a Luminaire or a Stellaire, then that feature is not going to be important to you. So that won't matter, right? So if you find, if you want to get an SDX 85 and you don't have a Luminaire or a Stellaire, then it doesn't matter. It's going to work out just fine. Okay. Linda, you can bring your scan and cut if you like. You definitely need to bring your laptop is fine. Yeah. So anyway, sure. Yeah. Go to a brother dealer. Jan's got it right. Go to a brother dealer and see what they have. So now I have a Luminaire and the 325, and I don't use that feature. Mostly because most embroidery designs, most applique designs do not include cut file information in the design itself. Some do, but they are far and few between. You don't need it. Well, Elizabeth, if you want to get an upgrade, that's fine. You can, but you don't have to. You don't have to get an upgrade. Yeah. So are you guys are talking about overlapping applique? Okay. Are you talking about being unable to remove the blanket stitches under there? That's what I was talking to Embrilliance about yesterday. That's what I was doing. So I probably missed that comment. You bought it just before you got the Stellaire. So the 330 is the D, Margie, and the 325 is the same as the 330 without Disney. So is the CM350 obsolete? Cindy wants to know. Yes, they no longer make that machine. The CM350, I wouldn't call it obsolete, but they don't make it anymore, but it'll still work and do exactly what I show. It will, because I learned to do this on my 650. Use scan and cut. Okay. Yeah. So, and y'all, what Brother's doing right now, where they'll tell you can take an applique design, pop it into the machine, and create applique from that design. That may be for Brother designs, but if you're pulling an applique design from somewhere else on the internet, it may or may not work. That's what I have found. So right now the technology is there, but it's rustic. Okay. And so I just find I prefer to just take the bull by the horns and do it myself. I seem to have better luck with it. So, yeah, if you guys have a CM 350 or 650, use it. Absolutely. It's worked fine. Yeah. Again, they all scan and cut the same. Yep. Have I looked at Stitch Artist 3? No, I have not, Debbie. I don't need it. I don't think. I'm not a digitizer. I have no desire. That's not my jam. The only reason I have Stitch Artist 2, I got the upgrade. The only reason I have Stitch Artist 2 is to import vector graphics and convert those into applique designs. Yeah, but the DX125 works just fine too. Sure does. Yeah. Hey, you guys, I'm going to be on All Brands show tomorrow at 3:30. So tomorrow is going to be a full day of live for me. I'm going to be live with you guys at noon doing the finishing of the March mini quilt. And then 3:30, I'll be on All Brands live. I'm just doing a takeover. I'm going to show how to turn hand stitching into embroidery designs. So where it says lucky you, see that? That isn't, and it has the little thing that is intended for you guys to hand stitch that. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to show how to, I have the Luminaire. We'll be sitting at the Luminaire. If you have Design Center on Stellaire or Luminaire, you should be able to do this and create that kind of stitching. So I'm going to show how to do that. That's what's on the schedule. I want to share a fantastic story with you guys. So last year, Sew and Sale 12. It's a God wink story. Y'all ever heard of a God wink? A God wink is when something happens in your life that is kind of kismet. It's like, oh, this wouldn't have happened if all of that hadn't have fallen into place type thing. So I'm showing that tomorrow, Mudcat. I'm going to show that tomorrow at 3:30 Central on the All Brands show. Okay. So a lady was on Sew and Sale 12. On a lot of the Sew and Sales, a lady named Etta from Hawaii, Hilo, Hawaii. She comes and she's been on Sew and Sales. So she was on Sew and Sale 12 last year. Okay. But so was a lady by the name of Pam Kennedy. And I'm showing this because she put this on Facebook. Okay. So Pam put this picture. She said, when we moved to, Pam put this on her Facebook page. Okay. When we moved to Florida, her husband bought her an embroidery machine, and he was always her biggest cheerleader. And he always wanted to take her on a cruise, but she wouldn't go on a cruise because she was afraid. She didn't want it to be like the Titanic. So he said, babe, there's no icebergs in the Caribbean. Come on, let's do this. So she had agreed to a short 3-day cruise. Well, she said that didn't happen. Then came along the opportunity to take a 7-day cruise featuring Power Tools with Thread, a YouTube channel that I follow. At this point, I felt like the universe was trying to tell me something. My love for embroidery and the opportunity to meet a famous embroiderer, okay, YouTuber on a cruise in the Caribbean. I felt like this was truly meant to be a God wink, so I booked the cruise. The day came where I walked up that large ramp onto the ship, found my room. Inside my room, it took me a few minutes to gather myself. After a few minutes, I met my neighbors who were also on the embroidery part of the cruise, and they were from Hilo. Another God wink. So I don't know. Maybe she was from Hawaii or had been in Hilo. I don't know. Not often in one's life is one blessed to feel so connected at the heart after just 7 days of knowing each other. And that's what happened to Etta and her husband, Gabe. Instantly became family. My love for them was so deep in my heart. They are such wonderful people, and I'm so blessed they're in my life. It had been a year since our cruise together. They just returned from another cruise. Etta was on that cruise that I was on and stayed 4 days with me after the cruise. We had such a wonderful time and I miss them already. Isn't that sweet? So Etta wrote to me and she shared this. She said, I wanted to share a story about a friend that I met on So-and-So 12 that was on Facebook. Pam and I are bonded at the heart, and it's all because of you. We both happened to see one of your videos, and the rest of it is a memory we will cherish forever. Y'all, this makes me just, for when I read it, I got all weepy. This just, this is why I do what I do. This is exactly why I do what I do. Ours, I've always said it, ours is a lonely hobby, and it is so nice when you meet a fellow stitcher. You guys can just bond and talk for hours like you've known each other forever. So very, very nice. And it's a wonderful story. It makes me feel so good, warms my heart. So what else you guys want to talk about? I don't have anything else to talk about. I hate to say that, but I don't. I'm probably going to get maybe, I wanted to show you. So yesterday I showed you guys how I pin when I don't want to mess up my points. Okay. I showed you how I pin from the front in on the very tip of a point. I got to get a point on this sashing. So I come in from the front and mark it. And then I mark a little landing spot where the pin comes out on the back. And that's where I make sure my needle hits. So I wanted to show you how that looks from yesterday. And so right on it, y'all. See that? That's what I'm talking about. Right on it. I'm sure some of you can wing that. That is not meant to be for me. So that's how I hit those points. It just makes a world of difference in my life. Okay. World of difference to get them working so that I don't tip my points or I'm too far away. It just absolutely works. Deb, I have the Brother NQ 3700D for my travel machine. And yes, it is both sewing and embroidery. You have to get this at a Brother dealer. I love this machine. It only weighs 18 pounds. So it's easy for me to move around. I'll have it on the road trip. Y'all, we're taking a road trip. We're leaving the 22nd, I think, and heading for Louisiana. I'm going to be at All Brands University Lafayette on the last weekend. That weekend, I'll be at All Brands Lafayette. So we leave next week, and then the following weekend I'll be at All Brands in Bossier City. So you're going to get one. Okay, cool, awesome. You'll love it. It's a fantastic machine. It's a 6x10 hoop. It's wireless and it takes a USB. So, to me, I highly recommend that machine. It stitches beautifully, and the embroidery on it is exactly, it embroiders exactly as good as like my Luminaire does, it does just fine. So you just don't have the, I just don't have the larger hoops, but I'll have a smaller project with me to do. Maybe maybe I'll work on the March mini quilt. That might be something. No, I won't have my Scanncut. I'll have to have my pieces. Let's see. Let's see. You're actually trying to turn some artwork for a Christmas quilt into embroidery and you're missing the eyes. Yeah. So what I like to do for eyes, you can use a period from a font for eyes. You might try that. If you want to do it with an embroidery machine, you can use a period. If you don't have embroidery software, yeah, you can do that. So this sheep has eyes right here. Okay. And y'all, I'm showing you this because I received permission from Nancy Halverson herself to show you how to do this using the technology we have available to us. Does my travel machine have Design Center? No, Catherine, it does not. Now they don't put Design Center in them until they're a little bit bigger. Yeah. And then you start paying for that. Yeah. Do the hoops on the Brother cross over to fit the Solaris? Yes, they certainly do. Yeah. The Baby Lock and Brother machines are cousins. Yep. They share the same gene pool. Yeah. Okay. You understand the proprietary with Brother and having to buy at a dealer and not being able to buy online. But for those of us who do not live near a dealer, it's frustrating. It is. And that's only certain machines. Sometimes you will find machines, it'll actually have a price on the webpage and you can buy from them and it's got the price and you can buy anywhere you want. And I recommend buying out of state because you might be able to save yourself some state sales taxes. That's just a little trick. Shh, I'm not jamming on Brother dealers in your state. Okay. Just a tip. That's what I do, because I need to save money for fabric and thread. But then there are certain machines that you're going to have to get at a dealer, and it's usually the higher end machines. So what I recommend in that situation, okay, here's how you work that, is you wait for Quilt Festival to roll around in the beginning of November. And you figure out what the Brother dealer, it's all brands, whatever they're doing at Quilt Festival, okay, you can do one of two things. It is worth it for you to get a Southwest, want a getaway, and fly to Houston, buy it, and they'll ship it back to you. Okay, they'll ship it or you can take it back. I think they'll ship it because it's less than $1,000 to fly to Houston and back, maybe even with a hotel room, right? You could do it all in the same day because you fly into Houston Hobby. That's just real close to the convention center. Fly into Houston Hobby on Southwest, take an Uber, get over to the convention center, get your machine, get back in your Uber, go back. Well, you got to buy something at the show too, right? You got to shop a little bit and then fly back home. You can do it in a day. Yeah. Or contact your Brother dealer near you who can sell to you and ask them to match Brother prices, the show prices. And during show, most of them will do that. And then they'll send it to you. So there's that. There's always a way, you guys. That's the best way. Yes, the Houston Quilt Festival is the best place to find a machine. So yeah. Margie says she shops expensive things when she visits her daughter in Texas. Yeah. So that's what I do. I have purchased all of my machines pretty much at a show. You get a very, very good deal at shows. I'm looking at the clock, you guys. I know my dogs are in their crates going, there's no food. I'm hungry. Yeah. And I respect that Brother and Baby Lock both, they've got regions so that, and then there's also what it's called MAP, which is a manufacturer's advertised price that they have to stick to. So it's not like, you can price gouge and then everybody buy from you. That's not allowed. And that's a issue of fairness. And I respect that. Well, Kim, closest one is 7 hours away. Yeah, I know. That may be where, it's a drive, it's an overnight road trip type thing. Susan got her Luminaire at Festival. Excellent. Yeah, that's great. Let's see here. Going to the Houston show with your two gal pals. Can't wait. Good. Come see me. I'll be there. I'll be at the Houston show. I'll probably be demoing on the Brother stage again as well. My tips on getting good points on piecing has helped you to make really good points. You're welcome, Tina. Y'all, what she's talking about is a video. It is linked directly below in the description box. And it's a video about getting good points. Okay. I have a whole different concept because I was a garment sewer when I started. I have a whole different concept on how to get good points on flying geese, parallelograms, square and a square, those type of thing. So yeah, they sell their floor models too. Yeah, they sure do, Wendy. Absolutely. Okay. So if you're new to quilting, you're brand new to quilting, you're going to have to learn how to do points, and they're not as easy as they look. You need advice with Lori Hole Shapes on Scanncut. Carol, I've got a whole video series. Check out any of my videos on chicken salad, and you will see how I scanned in all of those shapes. Okay. So, you guys, there's a question about, oh, I see. Okay, got you. Yeah. Let's see. Which Embrilliance modules do I have? Kelly, I have Embrilliance, Essentials, Enthusiast, Stitch Artist 2, and I use Thumbnailer. Okay. Maybe I could make a few mug rugs for small projects. Yeah, I could, huh? I love how you love your icons. You're so funny. You're so cute. So, oh, Wanda, we're not doing a giveaway today, sweetie. Does it include the 1/4 inch? So, no, it does not. So think about that, Carol. Lori uses the shape and she traces around it on her interfacing, right? And then she stitches on that trace line. So that is the cut line. That is the stitch line. And then she cuts away a 1/4 inch away from the stitch line. Okay. You don't need that with the Scanncut. So you don't even have to worry about the 1/4 inch if you're scanning in your shapes. Okay. You don't have to worry about it at all. So yeah, you guys, if you want to get a good deal on machines, bye, Connie. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us. If you guys want to get a good deal on machines, you need to be patient. Yeah, you need to be patient. My followers are famous. Kim. If you have Embrilliance, can you jump to Stitch Artist 2 or do you need one as well? Robin, you just need to get Stitch Artist 2. Yeah, it has all the tools in one as well. Yeah. Do I account for the 1/4 inch seam allowance? I do not, Kathleen. No, because I don't. Because the Scanncut is cutting right on that line, which is identical to it being the stitch line. It's identical. Yep. Celia, we're not having a giveaway today, sweetie. Yep. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Bernie, prayers for your sister. Yeah. Been there with my best friend, Kathy. She passed in 2010. Same thing. So I need to get these put together. So I'm going to do the one more. This is the last seam for the body of the quilt to get these 2 rows attached to these 2 rows. And then I'm going to start with borders. So do I have private lessons on Stitch Artist? Ruth, I used to. I used to have private lessons on there, but you guys, my schedule has exploded. And I have found that that my schedule just can't support it. Betty wants to know what I use Enthusiast for. I use Enthusiast to do stitch editing. I've got 5 minutes. You want to see real quick what I do with Enthusiast? I'll let you guys. Would I use the 1/4 inch if you're not using a fusible? Yes, absolutely. Oh, well, no, not if you're doing it my method, not if you're doing snap okay. All right, here we go. What isn't? Yes, Betty wants to see it. Okay, so let me show you guys. I'm going to go back to present and share screen, and we'll look at the little owls that I did. Where did I put those? I don't know where I put those. Go to window and oh, don't I have Embrilliance open? There we go. All right, now I can do it. I'll show you what I use it for. Okay, let me go to share. So here's my little owls. All right. Now this does not say .fcm up here in the objects panel. Okay. So this is the actual stitch file. This is a PES design for my brother machine. So let's pretend, right? Let me zoom in here a little bit. Okay. So let's pretend that, let me see, what could I change on this? All right, let's look at this. This has a stitch editor is what Enthusiast has in it. And I love the stitch editor. So right here, we have two stitches that are kind of overlapping. I've got some blanket stitches under here that I don't need, okay? I could really start the blanket stitch right there. This is the beak, okay? And I don't want that blanket stitch. So if I go into if I go into Enthusiast, Enthusiast looks like a little triangle with a single stitch on it right there. I'm going to click it and watch what happens. Now, let me zoom in real close. Now you can see the individual stitch points, okay? So I'm going to click on this and I can hit delete on my keyboard and I can make it go away. Click it. I'm going to click that stitch point and make it go away. So you can do that. You can, let me see if I can do a bunch of them. I can't do a bunch of them at one time. But like this one is way out here and this one is real short. Maybe I want this one to be a little bit longer. I can make it a little longer so that it matches exactly. Maybe I got one that's not as straight as I like. I can grab it and I can move it just a little bit. Isn't that fantastic? So you can edit stitches, individual stitches. I love this. Let me move this like right here. And then it's not crisscrossing over. Or, you know, it just allows you can do a whole bunch of fiddling like that. Okay. That's the thing I like in Enthusiast. And then the other thing you can do is what you get in Enthusiast. Let me get out of the stitch editor. You don't see this button if you don't have Enthusiast. I'm going to click out of that. The other thing you can do with Enthusiast, let's pretend that this is a monogram on a towel and I wanted to knock down the fabric, the nap behind the monogram, okay? In Enthusiast, when you come over to the utility menu up top, you have something right down here called Add Knockdown Stitching. Click that. And it gives you a stitch length and an inflation amount. So the inflation is 5 millimeters. I'm going to click OK. And look, it created an underlay. And it put the underlay first so that's what it's going to look like. So it will create an underlay for the monogram. And then you can put the monogram on top of it and it will stand up nice and pretty. So this is designed for fleece or a nap on towels or anything you wanted to put an underlay around. It's called knockdown stitching in the industry. So that's pretty cool. I really, really like that very much. So that's what I use Enthusiast for. Very neat. Do you need to purchase Enthusiast as well as Stitch Artist too? Tina is asking. So in order to do the snap-applique method, you do not need Enthusiast. What I do is I wait for them to put out a coupon, and then I buy the modules, the additional modules that I need at that time. I don't, you can buy everything all at once. You don't have to though. So it is cool. Yeah, Betty says, oh, I like that. I'm going to have to get that. I just wait until I need it. But I really like it when I use that stitch editor a lot. I use it a whole lot because sometimes the software will put a bundle of stitches in a group that you really don't need. And I'll just go in there and get rid of those. So, let's see. Jeannie, it's El Campo, Texas. I know there's some people staying in a hotel there. So you brought some Dollar Tree towels to practice knockdown stitching. Excellent. That is a great idea, Wendy. Wonderful. Yeah, that's a great idea. AQS is going to have several brother vendors with super sales on their machines. Oh, good to know. Good to know. So, yeah, and I'm also thinking about doing applique getaway in June. We'll have to see about that. All right, you guys, our hour is up. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already, and we will spend more time together. And I love it when you share my channel with your guilds and your friends. That is what I love about you guys, is that you share. So, okay. I have to go rescue my dogs from their crates. They're probably starving to death. I doubt it. They could afford to miss a meal. So, all right, you guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I appreciate it because your time is valuable. We will talk to you soon. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and go sew something. Bye.